Board of Commissioners regular meeting for Wednesday, June 17th, 2020 at 7 p.m. Roll call, Manager Silka.
Commissioner Stone. Here. Commissioner Atwood.
Here.
Commissioner Blasco.
Here.
Commissioner Zona.
Here.
Commissioner Bevan.
Here.
Commissioner Goss.
Here.
Commissioner Higas.
Here, could everyone please stand and rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thanks. If any residents would like to speak tonight, they could sign the book at the podium. Thank you. Our first resident is Ashley. If you could just come up to the podium and state your name and address for the record, please.
My name's Ashley Egan. I live at 260 McDonald Drive in North Huntington.
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so I was just coming to see if we had any updates or what it is that we need to do to try to move forward with the chicken discussion that we had last week and kind of, I don't know, see where we stand with that.
All right, thanks.
Yep.
Our next resident is Kelly. If you just want to come up to the podium and state your name and address for the record.
Hi, Kelly Yerkison, 141 Falcon Ridge Drive. So like Ashley, we're here just as a follow-up on the chicken discussion. I'm not sure how many of you use your township email addresses, but I did send out different locality ordinances. So there were 18 pages. So just a couple different ones that I had included were Baldwin, Bethel, Forest Hills, Latrobe, Mount Lebanon, North Fayette, our current ordinance, Penn Township, Peter Township, Pittsburgh, Ross Township, and Shaler. So hopefully you've had a chance to look at that and just wanted to see if anyone had any questions. So we're here.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
And our last resident for tonight is Craig. Just come up to the podium and state your name and address for the record, please.
Craig Yerkison, 141 Falcon Ridge Drive. Also here for the about the chicken conversation. Just wondering if anyone had any questions or anything we could help answer. And I have spoken with many people who do support us, but they are a little, they want to see more, I guess they want to see more movement on your end as well, because I guess some of them are referring back to, 2012, I guess, when this was a bit hot topic, and they're just kind of, I say it the word or whatever, they feel burned that, they're going to put all this work into it and nothing's going to get done. So I feel if we can get some more movement and actually try to get it, to speak to, I can get more residents, because I have people interested. There's all kinds of stories going around. It's actually, I hear a rumor someone has chickens living in their basement because we're not allowed to have them. So, I mean, we have people who want this, but they might be afraid to come and speak. So if we can get maybe more movement on your end, I can get more movement on my end as well. Thanks.
Thanks. I believe that's in for residents that signed the book. Is anyone else interested in speaking tonight?
Are the girls allowed to talk?
Yeah, if they want to, they're more than welcome.
They've been bugging us all day too.
All
Now
right.
I think they're getting a little stage
a-
fright.
I appreciate them coming.
Thank you.
Thanks. Response to citizens input. We spoke at last meeting that we're going to send it back to the Planning Commission, get some response from them, some more response and details, see if they want to take another look at it. I obviously, our current ordinance does not allow property owners that came, because your lots are too small to own chickens. I don't know if any other board has any other further discussion. We'll wait to hear back from them probably next month, hear something back from them, and we can move forward from there.
I would like to postpone any enforcement of the chicken ordinance until we hear back from the planning.
Well, I believe that, don't they have 90 days, so we'll have,
3 days.
Yes, they have, for the zoning hearing board meeting last week, They have 90 days from when the opinion is read into the record, which will be at the July meeting. So
Okay.
they'll have 90 days from July 6th or whatever it is.
Okay. Any other board discussion? All right. Moving on, approval of meetings minutes for the special meeting 5/14/2020.
Second.
Discussion. All those in favor by saying an aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0. For the regular meeting 5/20/2020.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion. All those in favor by saying an aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0. Payment of bills.
Make a motion, we pay vouchers number 6,627 through 6,690.
Discussion. All those in favor by saying an aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0. Staff reports, Public Works report, Director Albert. Anything for Public Works tonight?
I have a question for Mr. Elbert. I would assume that all the streets in Markview Manor where the sewage work was done, they're all going to be repaved, I would assume, the ones that were damaged? Okay, and that will be this summer?
Yes.
Okay. I've had some people asking about that over there. Craig Drive is pretty bad, I know.
Right.
Okay,
It is on the program.
okay, thank you.
Hey, Rich, I want to thank you for getting back to me in regards to Russell Drive up by Stewartsville Elementary. I appreciate you guys looking over there, taking a look at that.
Yes, sir. You got my email?
I sure did.
Okay.
Thanks.
Sure.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Anything else on Public Works? All right, thanks. Park and Recreations report, Director Miller. Anything for Director Miller tonight? Anything to add to your report? Nothing for the board. All right, thank you. Police report, Chief Rizzo. Anything to add to your report tonight? Any questions for the chief? All right, thanks, Chief. Planning and zoning, planning director, anything tonight? I don't see anything on the report. Fire officials report, any questions on the fire officials report? All right. Solicitors report.
Thank you, Mr. President. There's one action item on the Solicitor's Report for this month. It is action to adopt proposed ordinance number 2 of 2020 for the Township of North Huntington, County of Westmoreland, authorizing execution of a cable franchise agreement between the Township and Comcast of Pennsylvania 3, LLC, and Comcast of Georgia / Pennsylvania, LLC.
Motion to adopt the proposed ordinance.
Second.
Discussion. All those in favor by saying an aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0.
And that concludes the Solicitor's Report for this month.
Thank you. Township Manager's report, Manager Silka.
Okay, I have a few items this evening, Mr. President. First is action to approve the May check register.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion. All those in favor by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0.
The May budget report is provided for your review. The next action item is action to authorize the recycling of decommissioned electronics detailed in Exhibit A.
Motion to approve.
Discussion.
Yeah, I would like to, if you guys don't mind. So what have we decided to do with the said computers?
We're going to put them to electronic recycling
Okay.
because they are past their end date. There's really nothing they can do. They can't be upgraded to do the current operating system. They've served the township faithfully.
Okay. How about donating them to a local school? Is that a possibility?
There's no the version of the computers. There's nothing they can do with them. They're done. They can't be upgraded to run anything modern, and they're basically you'd have to go motherboard up. You're basically it's cheaper to buy a new one than to try to refab these. That's why we're getting rid of them.
So there's nothing a school district could do with those at this time?
No,
At all?
they're old,
They're old.
generation computers.
Yeah. The reason why I'm asking this, because my wife's a school teacher down in McKeesport, and I got to be honest with you, they're hurting. That area is, and I would like to see if there was anything that we could do to help assist our neighbors in McKeesport and offer them our computers. And even though it's considered old right now, I think to them is better than nothing.
But it's old that can't be to run the programs of today.
Right.
So they're basically boxes.
Okay.
So I mean,
Understood.
if there'd be value in them, we would offer them to nonprofits. We would have shared them. But these half of them we've already taken the hard drives out with the police ones and destroyed them. So they're basically boxes.
Okay.
And the other ones are just very old generation computers.
Very good. Understood. Thank you.
Any other discussion? All those in favor by saying an aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0.
The next is action to authorize the township manager to request approval from the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation to restrict engine brake retarders on Clay Pike.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor by saying an aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0.
The next item is action to retain and grant permanent status as a North Huntington Township police officer to Shane Rebel upon the recommendation of Chief Rizzo.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor by saying an aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0.
The next is action to retain and grant permanent status as a North Huntington Township police officer to John Popovich upon the recommendation of Chief Rizzo.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor by saying an aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0.
Next is action to retain and grant permanent status as a North Huntington Township police officer to Jacob O'Brien Rice upon the recommendation of Chief Rizzo.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor by saying an aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0.
Next is action to approve the hiring of Sean Bowen for the position of seasonal laborer in the Parks and Recreation Department at a rate of $11 per hour, contingent upon passing pre-employment screening.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor by saying an aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0.
Next is action to approve the hiring of Jaden Hook for the position of seasonal laborer in the Parks and Recreation Department at a rate of $11 per hour, contingent upon passing pre-employment screening.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion?
Yeah, I would, if you guys don't mind. So what we're doing is we're looking at the seasonal labor in Parks and Recreation. That would be line item 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. According to us discussing the budget for 2020, this is under the new revised
Yes.
scaling down.
Correct.
Roger that. Okay, good copy. Thank you.
We have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All those in favor by saying an aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0.
Action to approve the hiring of Cameron McCurdy for the position of seasonal laborer in the Parks and Recreation Department at a rate of $11 per hour, contingent upon passing pre-employment screening.
Motion to approve.
Discussion? All those in favor by saying an aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0.
Action to approve the hiring of Christopher Brandhoover for the position of seasonal laborer in the Parks and Recreation Department at a rate of $11 per hour, contingent upon passing pre-employment screening.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor by saying an aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion approves 7-0.
Action to approve the hiring of Noah Hand for the position of seasonal laborer in the Parks and Recreation Department at a rate of $11 per hour, contingent upon passing pre-employment screening.
Motion to approve?
Discussion? All those in favor by saying an aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0.
Next is action to approve the hiring of Johan Ebbett for the position of seasonal labor in the Public Works Department at a rate of $11 per hour contingent upon passing pre-employment screening.
Motion. Second.
Discussion. All those in favor by saying an aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion approved, 7-0.
And then my last item this evening is action to authorize the township manager to hire seasonal laborers for the Department of Public Works and Parks and Recreation between regular Board of Commissioner meetings, subject to ratification at the next regular meeting of the Board of Commissioners, not to exceed the number and expense approved in the 2020 general fund budget.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Discussion. All those in favor by saying an aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion approved, 7-0.
And that's all I have this
All right,
evening.
thanks. Any further board comments? Just need a motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Discussion. All those in favor by saying an aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 7-0. Meeting adjourned at 7:17.